Now the contents of this cavity. As we discussed earlier, this cavity, middle cavity, is lined by the mucous membrane. Now the structures present inside the mucous membrane means, if you speak truly speaking, it is the strictly contents of the middle layer, and the structures present outside the mucous membrane. Inside the mucous membrane, the middle layer contains only the air. It is the true contents of the middle layer. Now, outside the mucous membrane, these structures are present, but they are present outside the mucous membrane. It is the three ear oscillants, malleus, incus, and the stapes. Then it is the muscles. The muscles present, it is the tensor tympani muscles, and it is the stapedius muscles. The two muscles present. Then the nerve, there are the four set of nerve branches. It is the tympanic plexus. Tympanic plexus, it is the cauda tympani nerve, part of the facial nerve, and the tympanic branch of the glossopharyngeal nerve. These nerves are present in the middle layer outside the mucous membrane. Now, this cavity also contains the vessels. It is the arteries and the veins. The artery, it is the six set of the arteries that are present. Six set of the arteries that are present inside this cavity, outside the mucous membrane, along with the veins. So these are the structures present inside the middle layer cavity. Now the walls of the middle layer. There are two diagrams. In this diagram, we see this is the anterior wall. This is the roof, posterior wall, floor, and this features it is the medial wall. So in this diagram, it is the roof, anterior wall, posterior wall, floor, and the medial wall. Medial wall, it is the medial wall. The features of the medial wall in this diagram. Now this diagram represents the roof. This is the roof, same. Then anterior wall. This is the anterior wall. Posterior wall, this is the posterior wall. Floor, this is the floor. Here vein is not made, it is the posterior floor. Then lateral wall. In this diagram, this is the lateral wall, and in this diagram, it is the medial wall. So one by one, first of all, the roof. The roof of the medial layer is formed by the tegmen tympani. This is the tegmen tympani. This part, it is the tegmen tympani. Same here. This tegmen tympani, what is the tegmen tympani? It is a part of the petrous temporal bone. Tegmen tympani, thin plate of bone, which is a part of the petrous temporal bone, and this tegmen tympani separates the middle ear cavity, tympanic cavity, from above. It is the middle cranial fossa. This is the middle cranial fossa. So this roof formed by this bone separates this cavity from the middle cranial fossa. Now this roof is pierced by the two nerves. It is the GPN and LPN. GPN, it is the greater petrosal nerve. And this LPN, it is the lesser petrosal nerve. These two nerves pierce the roof of the middle ear cavity, and enters into the middle cranial fossa. Now the question is, what is the importance of these two nerves? Greater petrosal and the lesser petrosal nerve. Now the floor. This is the floor. This is the floor. The floor, it is also formed by the thin plate of bone. Thin plate of the bone. This thin plate of the bone separates the middle ear cavity from the superior bulb of the internal jugular vein. It is the superior bulb of internal jugular vein. The superior bulb, if you remember, it rests on the jugular fossa. So it is a thin plate of bone that separates the middle ear cavity from the superior bulb of the internal jugular vein. Now this floor is pierced by tympanic branch of the glossopharyngeal nerve. Tympanic branch of the ninth cranial nerve, that is known as the Jacobson's nerve. This enters the middle ear cavity through piercing the floor of the middle ear. Now there is an opening. This opening is the tympanic canaliculus. Through this opening, minute opening, that is the tympanic canaliculus, this tympanic branch enters through this middle ear cavity. This tympanic canaliculus is present between the jugular fossa as well as the lower opening of the carotid canal. This is the position of the tympanic canaliculus that is present between jugular fossa where the superior bulb of the internal jugular vein rests, between the jugular fossa and lower opening of carotid canal. This is a bony partition where the tympanic canaliculus is present. Through this tympanic canaliculus, the tympanic branch enters and it forms the tympanic plexus, participate in the formation of the tympanic plexus. So this is the features of the floor of the middle ear cavity. Sometimes this thin plate bone is missing, absent, and in that case the superior bulb of the internal jugular vein is separated from this cavity by only mucous membrane that lines the middle ear cavity. Now after the roof and the floor, it is the anterior wall. This is the anterior wall. In this diagram, it is the anterior wall. The lower part of the anterior wall is separated from this internal carotid artery. In this, it is the internal carotid artery along with the sympathetic plexus around it. So, it is the posterior wall of carotid canal. Posterior wall of the carotid canal that separates this tympanic cavity from the internal carotid artery and sympathetic plexus around it, or we can say anteriorly, the anterior wall in the lower part is related with the internal carotid artery along with the sympathetic plexus around it, and it is the posterior wall of the carotid canal that is between the artery and the cavity. Now this wall is pierced by nerve and the vessels. Nerve, it is the caroticotympanic nerve. The caroticotympanic nerve, it is the plexus, sympathetic plexus around the internal carotid artery that pierces the wall and enters the middle ear cavity. That is the caroticotympanic nerve, and it is the caroticotympanic vessels. This is the caroticotympanic artery. It is a branch of the internal carotid artery that pierces the carotid canal and enters into the middle ear cavity and the supply. So the anterior wall, it is pierced by this nerve and the vessels in the lower part. Now in the upper part, above the carotid canal, there are two parallel canal arch tubes opening of the two canals, upper and the lower. There are two parallel tubes. And they runs downwards, forward and medially. The two parallel tubes are canal.